The big fight in April is Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. A lot of headlines right now in the ecosystem with Ryan's erratic behavior. As a fellow boxer and peer yourself, well, what do you make of the entire situation? Just want to get your overall thoughts on the fight.
I like the fight. I like Ryan's style. I always have. Um, Personally, uh, just knowing when after I watched his last fight and knowing Rolly, I mean, I love that Rolly and Isaac Cruz is a heck of a fight. But I was really interested in seeing Rolly and Ryan Garcia as a matchup. Personally, that was just something that was in my head after I watched both of their last fights that they were coming off of. So at the end of the day, though, man, Ryan's an exciting fighter. I think he's more athletic and has a better boxing skills than Haney's last opponent. But Haney obviously is a technician. He's really fundamentally sound. He trains hard. He's very dedicated to the sport. He's just a solid kid all around. Where Ryan right now, God bless him, but he's got to center himself. He's got to center himself. I think those who support him, those who love him, should send out positive vibrations. Should pray for him, and I just hope that he gets the help that he needs. Of course, nobody wants him to pull out of the fight, but I would have to say that if right now it's not the time, and if he can afford to, not be desperate for the paycheck, then at the end of the day, you might want to think about your own health and wellness and just come back to the sport at another time. If this is just a small hiccup, then get it together, kid, and get ready to put on a world-class performance for the fans to see. You have a tremendous fan base. You are a bright light in the world of boxing. A lot of people got your back. A lot of people support you. A lot of people love you. That's not going to go away with a few antics. It's more than just pop culture. You know what I mean? You're more than a superstar. I know what it means to be at this level. We're not perfect people. We're just people, and that goes for everybody, all celebrities. And so, yeah, man, at the end of the day, I just hope that the kid just gets the right advice that he needs in the here and now, makes the right decisions that he needs in the here and now. And if he can pull himself together and put a great camp together and have a great fight, then God bless him. I wish him the best of luck.
Going straight to the top of the food chain and taking on one of the biggest and baddest fighters out there. Why did you want to take this step at this point of your career, going into 154 against one of the top dogs?
I mean, a lot of people question that, there's a lot of inactivity. They wonder, what's Keith got? He's 35. He's been inactive. He's a married man. He's got kids. It seems like he doesn't really got the fire no more. And this fight just lights the fire, baby. It inspires me. It wakes me up. There's no way that this is a walk in the park. So I have to work hard. I have to be on my P's and Q's and bring all my boxing intelligence with me in the ring, be that veteran that I am. Well, I am now, right? Like I'm not 25, I'm 35. Bernard Hopkins was world champion at 48. You can't just say it's like this, it's like that. It's up to the athlete to show you what they still got. They got it or they don't. And this is just one of those fights for me. I get to move up in a weight class, and I just think the time is now. Does Thurman belong at 154? Can he establish himself? And if I can, and if I'm gonna, then I might as well do it at the top. There's nothing else to do. I've competed at the highest level in boxing my whole career, ever since I was an amateur, being the 2007 Olympic alternate for the '08 China Games. I remember competing in international competitions that I never lost to. When I went to Canada, or when we fought Ukraine. And the funny thing about Ukraine was they brought their A team. We brought like our C team to battle each other. And USA got their butt whooped by Ukraine. You know, Ukraine's got some great fighters. So there was only 2 fighters on the USA team that won in America on US soil. Only 2 fighters that won. And those 2 fighters were Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, you know? So I'm so used to fighting who's supposed to be the best, right? Fought the legendary Manny Pacquiao. And I just like Tim Tszю's style. It's going to be an action-packed fight. I'm going to be able to showcase my skills, and I just I believe that I have what it takes to upset the apple cart. Otherwise, I would just take what else was being handed to me at the time. Because when I got the phone call, the first thing they said was, "We have a new opponent that we know we can make this fight happen. It's your choice, and you do not have to say yes." That's how this whole thing started. But as I did my research, it just felt right. I could see the headline before they made it. Thurman versus Tszyu. Thurman versus Tszyu. I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna like this. You know, the boxing world, they're gonna like this. They can say, we don't know if Thurman, why Thurman's doing this. They don't know why he's doing this. Not everybody, why did he pick Tim? Because it's exciting. Because it's something you're gonna want to watch. I want you to watch me, right? I don't want to put on a fight where the only people watching are diehard Thurman fans. Because where are they? All my inactivity, you know, a lot of people, they fall off. You know, the world that we live in today, these bandwagon people, they're on the train and then they jump off. And the next exit, they're just jumping off. They're leaping off. They're on to the next person. They're on to the next one. So that's just the world of boxing today. I love what I do in boxing. I like making exciting fights. And we got one lined up for you right here, right now. March 30th, Las Vegas, T-Mobile Arena. Your man Keith One Time Thurman versus Tim Tszyu.
Mm-hmm. And you're at a different place in your career because of the layoffs you've talked about, the nagging injuries, the age. There's and for those reasons, Vegas has you as a heavy betting underdog, something you haven't faced in your
Yeah,
career.
it's too. Yeah, you know, you can't, you know, so anybody who's its job is to dive into analytical stuff, right? Thurman was injured in 2019. He lost to Manny Pacquiao. He fought Mario Barrios in a span of 5 years. He's fought 3 times, yada yada yada. But what y'all don't understand is, like, this is what I do. Like, this ain't new. This is just what I do. Like, boxing is in my blood, and I've always been great at it. It doesn't disappear. Um, I don't have injuries. We had the hand surgery after the Pacquiao fight. We put on a good performance with Mario Barrios. Unfortunately, a lot of things just didn't manifest at the start of this year. We got something. We got something brand new. We got something fresh. We're giving Tim Tszyu the one and only Keith Thurman test. But because of the bookies, obviously they think that this is Keith Thurman's test. You know what I mean? So that's what this fight is all about. Who's being tested? Is it him? Is it me? March 30th. The whole world will see.
Mm-hmm. And with this fight, you know, we're talking 154 pounds. Did you want to make sure you're getting a step ahead of the competition so you could finally face the likes of Crawford and Spence at 154
Why
pounds?
not?
Because they're going to be coming
Why
up
not?
to you.
Yeah, why not? You know, we had Stanley Onis lined up for a fight, right? I was waiting on a date. It seemed like I was gonna fight Stanley Onis. You know, Boots Ennis is now champion, but when they were already talking about me possibly fighting Stanley Onis, he was already champion, right? Stanley Onis is 14-0. No disrespect. He's an Olympian. He's a tremendous fighter. He reminds me of Tszyu. He's a pressure fighter. He throws a lot of punches, but he's a 147-pound fighter, where Tim Tszyu is really a 154-pound fighter, and Keith Thurman's the 147 fighter. So I'm moving up. Do I really belong here or not? But why not? I've done so much at 147. I climbed the ladder. I fought the legends. I've been a unified champion. I've held it down. I had the number one position at a special time in my career. And it just felt like becoming the regular champion again, because I despise this terminology, right? Like, how are you a regular champion of the world? Okay. There's nothing regular about that. Okay. But they have this super belt that comes with an invisible cape and you can fly around town with it. Da, 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 super champ. I was the super champ. Like, there's certain things in boxing that, it is what it is. And it just felt like I'm repeating, right? The history repeats itself. Felt like I'm repeating. If I really want to be the legend that I see myself to be in this sport, then at some time you're going to have to move up. And at 35, and after getting the phone call, it was like the universe was speaking. It's like the universe was calling. The time is now. Let's do it now, Keith. Let's do it now, champ. And without the title being on the line, Tim Zoo's undefeated record will be. And at the end of the day, on March 30th, history will know who beat who. And that's good enough for me.
Mm-hmm. And Roy Jones Jr., he had that song, Y'all Must Have Forgot. Do you feel
Y'all must have forgot.
Do you feel this is your moment where you're going to just prove all the doubters and naysayers wrong, where the reinvention of Keith Thurman is this fight?
We're both Florida boys, baby. We're both Florida boys. This is a funny game sometimes. You know what I mean? They like to get funny with you, making me a big old underdog. They like to get funny with you, you know? They can't, they lost the image. They can't really see you in the picture. So I gotta put myself back in the game. And that's what this fight is all about, This is not a get back fight. This is get back all the respect, get back all the doubt, get back everything. Everything I can get it all back in one fight. The Crawford for a whole year. No, I don't want to fight Thurman. Oh, I don't want to fight Thurman. Now he's saying he'll fight the winner of this fight. We get it all back. We get it all back. It's that simple. There's, like that's what I was saying. Without the belt, there's still so much. Whoever wins will be opening up doors, right? Thurman was supposed to beat Pacquiao. I was the undefeated young guy, right? I'm supposed to beat Pacquiao. Pacquiao was supposed to fight Spence. Spence had a retina problem. Ugas fought Pacquiao, beat Pacquiao. Spence fought Ugas. What was he doing? He was belt chasing. So at the end of the day, if Thurman held on to the belt, I would have had the fight with Spence. You guys would have never have watched Pacquiao versus Ugas, and you would have never have had to watch Ugas versus Spence. So there's a lot that has happened. One day I'll write a book. I'll explain it all. I'll write a book. You can read all about it, okay? But for right now, I just want a piece of the action. And not just a piece. I want a big piece. That New York slice, baby. That New York slice, the pizza pie. I want a big pizza pie. Big slice. Extra large, baby. Thurman versus Zoo. Who is gonna beat who?
With Tim Tszyu, you've had a lot of trash talk. You've had some choice words for him about his fighting style, but stepping away from all that, what is your true assessment of him as a fighter?
Yeah, he's a Mexican style boxer, like I said, which really fundamentally it means that he marches forward. He marches forward. He's strong. He's tough as nails, like they build him down in Tijuana, okay? And like it's like it came off to rub him the wrong way because I needed to rub him the wrong way, but it's we know boxing history. We know how great Mexican fighters are. We know how great Canelo Alvarez is, and it is what it is. But I've come across some tough Mexican fighters, and stylistically with my movement, my athleticism, and certain things, I've not lost to that style of a fighter. Now Tim Tszyu, he is a little different. He's been groomed He's been groomed. He's 24-0, 17 knockouts. He's been up in the competition. And he's a man on a mission. And he looks at me as a simple stepping stone for his own personal legacy and to further his career, which any undefeated champion should see it as that. So like you were saying with the Roy Jones analogy, y'all must have forgot I'm a different kind of threat in the ring. I'm gonna really make him think. I'm gonna really make him. You make him miss, you him pay, and I'm just gonna do what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna showcase my skills and my talents like I always have. There's no such thing as a bad Keith Thurman fight. I don't think there's a bad Tim Tszyu fight, and that's why March 30th, coming real soon, is gonna be one heck of a night.
Mhm.